Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. I get asked a lot, where do I get my stats and how do I put that all together? And one of the tools I use is a really cool thing called Synergy Sports. And you should definitely check it out if you're into this because they have the most amazing amount of stats. And not only that, when you go through the stats, almost every number is clickable and you get to watch video footage of the game and that clip based on that stat. So let's get to the game, Lakers versus Hornets. I actually got to go to the game as I was invited by one of our subscribers named Christian Paredes.
We're here to see if Christian can make me a Laker fan. Right here. This is all it's all about. The Black Mamba, best player in the world. You know?
I brought my camera to do some filming, and unfortunately, they confiscated it, not letting me film anything. But I got to see the game, and I have a lot of different takes on what's going on. But there is one main problem the Lakers have, and it's how they guard the Hornets' bread and butter pick and roll play. First, I want you to notice how early they get into their offense and how high. It's near the three-point line, and there's barely 4 seconds off the clock. Here you'll see it's Bynum's man, Okafor, who sets the screen, causing Bynum to come over, and he gets a block shot. The Hornets know the Laker big men in Gasol and Bynum are horrible in transition defense, and here you'll see Gasol on the wrong side of the screen to hedge, and Bynum not in position to help out. Okafor dives in there and gets him out of the way, and they get a layup. Here's where they start picking on Gasol when they realize that he's terrible at hedging. Watch him as he just backs up, doesn't even try and put pressure on Chris Paul, who says thank you and takes a wide open shot in the lane. Just so you know, it's not just Gasol having problems. Let's look at the ice defense versus the sideline screen and roll. Odom is too high, should be lower here to help take away that penetration, and then Bynum shouldn't let Banga pin him down like that. There's no help. Chris Paul gets right to the basket for a score. Let's go over ice defense on the sideline screen and roll. Fisher will keep Chris Paul on the right side of the floor to the baseline, but Kobe is supposed to be sliding down to help out on the penetration. He is too high here, and you'll see Pau Gasol much too concerned with Jason Smith on the weak side. He should be over farther. As a result, he's too far to help, and Chris Paul gets a layup. Into crunch time, and you'll see Pau Gasol's man is going to screen and roll with CP3 all day. Pau is not fast enough, doesn't hedge well enough, and it causes the Lakers all kinds of problems. Early screen and roll again high, and you'll see Pau's man screen, and Pau doesn't hedge, backs him up, and then here's a chance for a veteran team to switch and get Fisher back on CP3. But they don't do that. They don't run at him to get the ball out of his hands. That said, he probably would slice him up anyway, and as a result, he fakes him a couple times and gets a really easy jumper. Meanwhile, Kobe is having all kinds of trouble with his European two-step, bad footwork, under pressure, hanging shots that keep missing. Phil tries to adjust by putting Kobe on Chris Paul, but that's not the problem. It's Pau Gasol on these hedges. It doesn't help to have Kobe guarding him because he's going to get screened off, leaving Pau Gasol to try and guard the guy, and he pulls up for a really easy 18-footer. Phil was really angry and upset on his feet, and they had to take out Gasol deep in the fourth quarter of a playoff game. Kobe ripped Gasol for his poor offensive showing. I think I'm showing it's his defense is the problem. However, look at this shot. It's a left-handed sweeping hook, and there is 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Through the flow of the game, there were very few opportunities for Gasol to shoot for the next several minutes. Here, he actually passes something up as he gets a double team and gives the shot to Kobe. It takes a timeout by Phil to draw up a play to get Gasol a shot. And he finally gets it in the post against slow-footed Aaron Gray, and instead of trying to blow by him, he just pulls up for a 15-foot jump shot. Let's look at why Pau Gasol is having so much trouble. He has a shot at 10:04 in the third and doesn't get another shot until 4:04 in the fourth. A 15 minutes of playing time for him. In the interim, 24 shots were taken with Kobe taking 10 and hitting 6. But you mean to tell me that your other all-star who should be scoring and shooting doesn't get any shots in that time when in that time Artest takes 5, Fisher 3, Shannon Brown takes 2? No wonder he's having so much trouble scoring. I want you to check out this cool 2-3 zone the Hornets run. Here it's a traditional 2-3 where you see the 2 guards and the 3 guys across the back line. But when the Lakers swing it, watch how Ariza is going to stay with Fisher. They're going to bump up Landry, and then they're going to take Chris Paul down for the other forward. That's really neat. Didn't work, though. The Hornets were extremely opportunistic. Here, CP3 just rips Kobe in the open court, and then nobody runs at him and lets him shoot a three. They were just falling asleep. In Mamba mode, Ariza is going to pick up Kobe really early, and here he knocks the ball away from him before he gets it into the front court, and it ultimately is an 8-second violation. This is really bad stuff for a veteran team. At a crucial point in the fourth quarter, watch Kobe in Mamba mode and you'll see how many people he misses are wide open on this play. Instead, he steps through on a fadeaway to his left bank shot that misses. And against a team that's making shots like this that are pretty ridiculous, it's not a recipe for success. So there you have it, sports fans. If I were Phil Jackson, I would blast CP3 with a double team on those screening rolls. But the difficulty with that is that you have to have the Laker bigs like Gasol and Odom and Bynum sprint back as hard as they can and get into position within 3 or 4 seconds. That's a very tall order to ask, and if they can't adjust, the Hornets are going to hurt them severely to the tune of more losses in this series. Well, thanks for joining us. If you like what we do, you might want to check out NBAplaybook.com. It's a guy who does something kind of similar to us, and as you know, we're the most popular online channel devoted to basketball fundamentals, and it's always nice to see somebody else dedicated to the same kind of thing. So check it out, see what you think, compare, give us some notes, let us know what you think. Because don't forget, at B-Ball Breakdown, it's not a channel, it's a conversation.